Marshall students showed that they really do bleed green as they filled the stadium at the Military Bowl.
Customers that are part of the CSA program in Huntington, they come to the Wild Ramp to buy local, and they know exactly where their eggs are coming from. Keeping your home warm in the winter is important, but it's also important to keep it safe. Coach Tamar Slay is giving a whole new meaning to the term traveling in basketball. Right now, the search is on to find Rudy Magana's killer. The shooting happened at around 3:20 a.m., but Josh Martin's body was found on the pavement well after sunrise in front of this house. Spring has finally arrived in Huntington, and for students at Marshall, that means enjoying the end of the semester and the excitement of spring football. MU Report is here in Charleston at the headquarters of Secretary of State Natalie Tennant, where she has just given her concession speech. Every year, the Facing Hunger Food Bank in Huntington helps those who may not know when their next meal will be. The weather for the Conference USA Championship might be cold and damp, but it did not dampen the spirits of the Marshall community as they came out to cheer on the Herd as they faced Louisiana Tech. But for Miss Hampton's broadcast journalism class, their pencils are down, the lights go up, and they trade their books for scripts.
Here we go, go.
At the Kanawha Valley YMCA in Charleston, you'll find some pretty normal kids who love basketball. But there's something special about the coach they're learning from.
Hold it tight so I don't knock it out your hand. Hold it tight. Good. Good.
Marshall alum and Beckley native Tamar Slay played for the New Jersey Nets, the Charlotte Bobcats, and spent 9 years playing overseas. But 3 nights out of the week, you can find him on the community courts of his home state with his 5 to 9-year-old players.
It's a joy that you really can't explain. You know what I mean? It's like, I guess, a proud dad. That's how I would say. You know.
8-year-old Sean Ingleson says the 6'8" NBA star is just Coach Tamar.
He just feels like a normal coach to me.
A normal coach who keeps his players on a tight schedule.
We're going 1 minute, 30 more seconds, 10 more seconds.
And he'll tell you there's no sitting down on the job.
Ready, stand up, stand up, stand up.
But it seems he's found a few ways to relate to these kids.
If your mom has some cookies up on that top shelf, you can't get to them. And you reaching in trying to grab that cookie.
Coach Tamar Slay is giving a whole new meaning to the term traveling in basketball. He goes from his home in Charlotte, North Carolina, to Huntington, Charleston, and Beckley every week. That's 14 hours on the road. And it's much more complicated than a basketball play.
Sure.
Coach Tamar says he doesn't focus on the hours, but being someone the kids can look up to.
I mean, these little guys are my little friends now, you know. I'm not just teaching them things on the court. I'm teaching them how to be men and gentlemen off the court. Make sure you know that. Yes, sir. Okay? Yes. Right down.
And those 3 magic letters?
NBA.
He played in NBA.
They're pretty exciting, too. Jessi Starkey, MU Report.
1, 2, 3.
NBA!
Good, good.
The whistle blows, and the Jewel City Roller Girls are ready to take some falls. And some even harder hits. But they don't seem to mind, as they get right back up and move even faster. That's Erin Stockhausen. She works 3 jobs and is a student at Marshall. But when she's on the derby track, she's Olivia Prey, and she's the captain of the derby team.
Actually, I'm really kind of quiet. I don't know if it'll come across that way in the footage, because when I'm on the track, I'm really loud and I communicate a lot. I also tend to swear a lot. I don't think I swear too much in real life.
She can sum up roller derby in just a few words.
Exhilarating and awesome.
The game of roller derby has 2 main positions. The jammers, who stay low and move fast to score the points. And the blockers, who travel in packs to keep the jammer from coming through. But points scored is just a small part of what derby means to this team. Katie Dalzell goes by the name R2 on the track, and she is about to celebrate her 4-year derbyversary. She says when the skates are on, she has the confidence to be whoever she wants.
Yeah, and I think that you skate for a while and you believe that you can do things you didn't think you could do.
Though the rough sport may not be for everyone, the yelling and the falling.
For sure.
And the wheels turning for a plan means everything for the Jewel City Roller Girls.
Does anyone have questions, comments, observations?
None of it makes sense, none of it comes together, and I think that's the hardest part for all of us, is just, like asking why.
Friends of Marshall student Josh Martin want answers. The 21-year-old was shot and killed in front of this house in Huntington. Police charge this man, Micah Lemaster, with the crime, but there are still pieces missing. Karima Negmuj knew Martin for 8 years and says when Martin wouldn't answer her calls, she knew something was wrong.
I texted Josh and I was like, hey, what are you doing? And he didn't reply, and I was like, you're okay, right? He didn't reply, so I called him and he didn't answer.
The shooting happened at around 3:20 a.m., but Josh Martin's body was found on the pavement well after sunrise in front of this house. Right now, police are working to find out what happened before the shots were fired.
In this case, very, very important to thoroughly look at the crime scene, at the physical evidence, at the chain of events that happened there that morning.
I think this might have been character day or something like that, but this is like perfect explanation of him though. Like, what in the world? Like, he just showed up in this like big hat with these fake chest hairs drawn.
Martin's friends say he was a jokester, full of life and a class clown.
You never saw him without a smile on his face.
They also say unanswered questions make their grief even more difficult. Sometimes dreams need a little push, or in this case, a little paint. Kids from A.D. Lewis and Fairfield East Community Centers took their dreams in their own hands on Martin Luther King Day as they painted them on the boards of this vacant home in Huntington.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up. I have a dream that I have a dream that I have a dream today.
Plenty of rehearsing went into saying Martin Luther King's famous I Have a Dream speech.
Well, we practiced whenever we was at the boys club, and we just got in order and kept on saying our speeches.
Project manager for the Huntington Land Bank, Crystal Perry, says her dream is to brighten up neighborhoods, one boarded up house at a time.
We knew that just a little bit of paint and a little bit of boards could make this productive again, and you could see the life come right out of it.
Now, these kids' dreams are a mark in their own neighborhood.
My dream was to be like a famous singer and an actress and do like lots of movies.
Mayor Steve Williams pitched in to write his dreams too.
We will do everything that we know possible to make sure that your dreams do come true.
With a little help, the boards were put up, and the MLK Dream House in Huntington became a reality. Jessi Starkey, MU Report.